the Loss Prevention News Network. I'm Amber Bradley, and we're on location with one of the hottest solution providers in the loss prevention industry, FaceFirst, here with Dara Riordan and Peter Trepp. So we're going to get to some hot seat questions, but first, I think it's very important because you guys are always packed at any show, conference you guys attend, and I think the audience wants to hear, when you guys are looking at what's going on in the loss prevention space, how does FaceFirst fit in the evolution of the loss prevention professional and the industry as a whole?
So I think the biggest thing that retailers are trying to do today is bridge that gap of the omni-channel, of the buy online, pick up in store, and the customer experience. For loss prevention, the technology is being used for the obvious of ORC and reducing shrink. But on top of that, then the customer experience piece of that frictionless commerce, coming in and being able to push marketing and give that customer a real experience that is quick. It's tailored to what they want. It's no different than online right now with email, and you're selecting if you want to get mailers or what kind of promotions. Facial recognition can do that, but in real time in the store. So that's huge for marketing and for retail to drive conversion once they're in the store.
So facial recognition, not just being a loss prevention tool in the toolkit, but also could help merchandising and all other aspects in an opt-in situation. Right, Peter?
That's exactly right. You know, Amber, when you think about the history of facial recognition, a lot of it had to do with organized retail crime and the loss prevention world, but increasingly our retailers are coming to us and saying, hey, how do we engage with our customers in a much better way? We all know this online world very well, where you log in, they've got your shopping history, they know your zip code, your gender, all kinds of things, so they can make really great recommendations to you about purchases. In the brick and mortar world, you know, you might walk in the store and depending upon how you pay, they may never even know you were there. And so, you know, they're looking for ways to engage with customers in a, in an effective way and provide, recommendations, loyalty opportunities, and then ultimately also get you out of there without standing in line and kind of having a frictionless exit at some point.
Yeah, so as one of really the most innovative technologies that I think loss prevention has seen in a long time, so Dara, as you look beyond the here and the now, right, in the 5, 10, 15 years, what does that look like, do you guys think, from FaceFirst perspective?
So I believe that facial recognition is going to be just like the adoption of CCTV. Years ago, retailers would say, I would never put cameras in my store. Big brother watching, we want people to go in and have a customer experience that we don't feel invaded by. And now, I believe that the technology itself is just an added layer of verification. It's giving the confidence to the LP professionals that, you know what, this looks like the person on your BOLO list, but now we're going to tell you with this extremely high level of accuracy that facial recognition is also confirming that. We're not telling the retailer or the loss prevention professional to do anything different in their protocol. We're just saying this is an added layer of confidence. So as I see it, I think loss prevention is going to be the first use case because it's just so obvious. The ROI is there. But then loss prevention is going to bring it to other groups within the retailers and say, hey, guess what? We're already using this. We already have the infrastructure in our cameras. We've added this technology, and it can do all these other things. And I think that that's where we're going to see it really get to in the next 5 to 10 years.
Well, I'm thinking about that. Isn't that a fantastic way to grab some ROI if you're looking to snag some budget to add this type of technology, is passing it through these other departments, right, Peter?
That's right. The shrinkage number hits the income statements of these very large companies, and it can be 1% of gross revenue or higher in some instances, so it's a pretty material number. And all these companies are looking for profits, and this is one way that we can help pretty significantly.
You can't come to the Loss Prevention News Network without one hot seat question. And so our first hot seat question to you guys is, what is one big myth about facial recognition that you guys see all the time and you have, look, this is the answer. You literally wrote the book. He wrote the book about facial recognition. That's true. Look it up on Amazon. What's the title again?
The New Rules of Consumer Privacy.
Yes. It's a bestseller on Amazon. I don't know if that's true, but it should be if it's not.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So we're going back to the myths. Peter, tell us, what is it? What's the biggest myth?
Well, you're absolutely right, Amber. I mean, there's not just one myth here. There are a few to be covered for sure. But I think one that we hear a lot is about the accuracy of facial recognition. You read about this in the press and all kinds of areas. And a lot of what I think gets misquoted, misstated has to do with data that is small, old, results that were 4 or 5 years ago. How is your autonomous vehicle doing 5 years ago? The technology has really come a long way, and it's remarkable what it can do. And as we develop this technology with an eye towards accuracy and not having bias built into the system, and making sure that we're very thoughtful about the ways that people are getting matched, the performance has gotten to be really something else. So that's a myth that I think is really is worth talking about with a lot of our customers.
Well, thank you guys so much. And one of the hottest technologies in the loss prevention industry today, so look them up, FaceFirst. This has been Loss Prevention News Network on location. Thanks for watching.